It's showtime.
Woohoo! Yippee! Ta-da! It's been a long time since I've done that. Hey everybody, it's the T-Rock 100. Welcome back to more Splatoon 2. Last time, we began our brand new journey 2 years later after the events of Splatoon 1. Said that a lot. And we got ourselves into the first weapon, the Splattershot Jr. This time, bam, 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 boom. We're getting in here too. Welcome to Octobia. The summer wind rises. Yay. Okay, I'll stop with that. I'm sorry. I just got excited with this whole thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I kill you before? Don't you think they won't? You can swim on me? Won't be out. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Not my first rodeo. Got some sponges right here. Give me a good for this board. Or rather, this level. Peekaboo! You had it coming. Alright. Wait up. Alright. Good, okay. Wait up. Baddies ahead. Okay. See ya! God, I love this. Here we go. We're doing super jumping. Yup. Octo Troopers on the grade over there. Got some body armor right there. Can't go wrong with some good old-fashioned body armor. Come on. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Anything over here? How about up here? We can do something. Oh. Ah. Oh. I see you. And we have our sunken scroll. Here. Okay. Just have to make sure. Let's find the mediums are a little bit more challenging than finding the sunken scrolls and. Uh-oh. Good stuff. Let me check back here real quick, because I kind of went through by this a little bit too quickly. Okay. Have to make sure. Like the sardiniums are a little bit challenging to find. Next checkpoint. Oh, these things. That's a squeegee. They suck up ink. And they're pretty harmless. But they are hazardous to my health. Nothing. else up there. But I do want to grab this body armor real quick. Get a nice visor here for this. There we go. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that we went down there just for armor? But that's okay. We'll take it. Okay. I'll play a little game. Hello, and then goodbye. Alright. Oh. Okay. Do not want to hit that. Want to be very careful. Damn it. Okay. One through here. One up here. Yeah. Aha! There it is! Our sardinium. That looks very uncomfy. Now I can pretty much blast through the rest of this with no problem whatsoever. Whoa! Get the splash down. Alright. See ya! Uh-oh. Yup! Booyah! Oh, we got some survivors. Okay. Peekaboo! Going up. I'll let that go. Whew! I knew the sponges can get bigger when you get them with water, but that's ridiculous. There's always a catch to that sort of thing. There it is. Ooh! Oh boy! Hey! Because I can. Up. Yes. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, what do we get? Music heads are still buzzing over that legendary underground show 2 years ago. Anyone lucky enough to catch DJ Octavio's opening set and the Squish Sisters at headline had their minds blown and their lives changed that night. So this is basically talking about everything that went down in Octo Valley in the original Splatoon game 2 years prior to this game. And who just so happened to be in the background of it all? Marina herself. Nice! You get damaged, submerge yourself in ink and recover quickly. Yes, I know. Thank you. So that went by Hunter rather nicely. Let's see here. You guys are back over here doing your own thing. No! Weird? Did I miss her? Oh, there she is. Ooh. We're gonna get a nice scenic view over here, huh? Let's see, deck a tower from here. Is there something on my face? The entrance to the Octarian there is invisible. You need to use your ink to reveal them. The kids are all obsessed with these power egg collecting jobs nowadays. I can't forgive the Octarians for what they've done. Deathfish are the source of all of Inkopolis' energy, you know? The Great Savage isn't gonna save itself, so that would be rad if it did. Pineapple free pizza from the future. Apparently this lady doesn't like Hawaiian pizzas. I'm with her on that one. I don't know. There's some toppings on pizzas and that I can tolerate. But forget all that. Instead of starting hitting something that's gonna make me want to yuck up my lunch, or I guess maybe in this case, dinner in a way. We're not here to talk about flame wars like that, because now we're gonna get into probably one of the best handheld weapons in the game, as I see you in another universe where we get into the Splattershot. Y'all know what time it is! It's Off the Hook coming at you live from Inkopolis Square. Check it! Here are the current regular battle stages. I got splattered by charges every time I cross the middle, even if I dodge roll. Well, maybe stop yelling out "Booyah!" between each roll. That might help. And these are the current ranked battle stages. The drawbridge here is the perfect spot to camp with a charger. Never change, Pearl. Here are the league battle stages. Hey kids, if you get lost in the park, go to the main office and ask for help. Sounds like you speak from experience. And now a word from our sponsor. Grisco Industries is now hiring. Let's book a salmon run shift later, Pearl. Don't get cooked, stay off the hook. Our weapon of the day is basically the daddy version of the Splattershot Jr., but it works in many ways. Say hello to the Splattershot! This is probably one of the best weapons for pretty much any mission. It has slightly longer range than that of the Splattershot Jr., and unlike the Splattershot Jr., instead of 28 base damage, this thing is locked with a solid 36. Guaranteeing a pretty much a 3-hit kill, no matter how much they go for. This thing is what I consider to be one of the absolute best weapons for any hit player to go for if they want to be creative, be it good on the offensive purposes, or if you want to go for a bit of a defensive approach. Fight strategic and fight and hit dirty. Or I guess in this case, stainly? I don't know, someone from Marvel could probably think that I'm going crazy when I think of something like that. The main purpose of the use of the Splattershot Jr., I guess the Splattershot Jr. is basically being more turf-friendly. The Splattershot is more for the offense and defensive approach. Make your shots count, especially since that you're going to be dealing with a lot of weapons that fear the Splattershot. It is widely considered to be one of the absolute best weapons to take on in any battle, turf wars, or ranked. In fact, moving on into what we've seen in level 1 in single player, we haven't gotten the chance to upgrade it yet, but the hero shots that we see at level 1 is basically the exact same weapon. So if you're a little bit nervous and get into multiplayer, you'll be able to get into this one no problem once you reach the level 4. Or excuse me, level 2. Once we really get into this, it's one of the absolute best things that we could possibly go for in any game. I know I'm repeating myself a lot on this, but I have a reason for this. You can equip it with any good weapon and with the, well, I guess you can't really equip it, but any good gear that can help out with this weapon in any scenario. Especially since if you want to go for a fast-paced movement, so with the run speed up and swim speed up, and you want to keep yourself moving with all that strafing. As much as I really hate to say it, the Splattershot does come with a few drawbacks. As I said, people fear this weapon set. And for good reason. But, let's get into another reason about why the Splattershot is feared amongst others. Its sub-weapon is the first. Get used to hearing that a lot because you'll be hearing a lot of it. And that is the Burst Bomb. This is a weaker splat bomb that explodes on any surface, dealing either from 30 to 35 base damage, whereas it guarantees 60 hits upon direct contact, guaranteeing a 2-hit hit to a kill if both burst bombs hit. Unfortunately, since it only consumes 40% of the ink tank, the burst bombs are going to be a bit of a abysmal for when using it. In fact, once upon a time, back in the original game, burst bombs were considered to be one of the most overpowered heads-up weapons in the game. In fact, weapons have become more viable because of that, but I guess you could say when a certain refurbished weapon were to show itself, it got that much needed nerve that it should have gotten from the very start, and it moved on into this game. Burst bombs are great for splatting ink all around, and unlike the burst bomb, your opponent won't be able to react quickly enough in order to get away from it. Make these shots count. They may be weaker, but that doesn't mean that they can't strategize around this. And its special is the first! The Splashdown! This thing is basically what's considered that of a variation of the Ink Strike, and that was like that from the first game. But instead of a missile, you're pretty much using yourself to become pretty much a powerful time bomb to hit the ground. It's a guaranteed one-hit kill if it's close enough to the middle of the shot, and it can vary depending on how close you are. I really want to point out that the Splashdown is not only one of the more, I kind of want to say, last-ditch effort kind of weapons to go for, but the fact that it does a base 180 upon direct contact from the blast as a guaranteed one-hit kill, this pretty much is your way of saying, I'm going down, so I'm going to be taking your ass with me! For equipment, or excuse me, now we move on to the main, sub, and special power-ups. This is what makes the Splattershot kit one of the absolute best to deal with in the game. Main power-up for the Splattershot is increasing shot accuracy when firing while jumping up by 50%, while also increasing the accuracy on the ground by 25%. You want to consider this. Having plenty of this, I probably would recommend maybe 2 of each of the 2 main slots, and some slots will probably be the best way to go. Make them count, and the tighter the accuracy that they are, even if they're in the air or on the ground, it's going to be a challenge, and you need to know exactly where your opponents are going, and they're going to be a challenge nonetheless. Same thing with the splat bombs. The burst bomb is basically the traveling speed of it when you're throwing them. Not much needs to be said about that, as I explained about that a lot. But for the Splashdown, its main power-up, or I guess special power-up for that one, is increasing the hitbox. The bigger the burst from all around, the wider the spread wave's gotta go. Honestly, this isn't bad. I kind of like this kind of combination. I only ever recommend this if you really just want him to be on the defensive approach and you want to go for pretty much taking your opponent down with you whenever you need to. For equipment recommendation, I kind of want to give a nice recommendation into Last Ditch Effort. Last Ditch Effort basically increases in the amount of, well, I guess it's not really clear how I did it before. I probably should have looked more into this, but I'll go and show on screen right now for what it does, so you can get a better idea for what it does. You wanted to use this at the last 30 seconds of a match, or for when your opponent has only like maybe 30 points that are left in certain ranked matches. It basically makes you... I can't even think of anything clever right now to speak on this. I probably should have thought about that through, but I also want to give a nice recommendation to bomb range up. Of course, having a nice little range with the bomb is always nice to have. Of course, ink resistance up is a no-brainer, but all in all, I think you get the gist of wherever this is going. Next up, unlocked at level 4, is the 10 attack Splattershot. I consider this one to be the best one to go for out of all of them in this kit. Its sub-weapon is a familiar one, Splat Bomb. It goes without saying, always nice to have, covering up those turfs really nicely. And the combination of how powerful the Splattershot is on its own is always a good thing to have. And its special is a burst. This is known as the Inkjet. This is a special head. Wow, I really repeated myself on that one. This particular special is great for when you're dealing with enemies from above, and you have great mobility when you do so. It may not be the absolute most powerful special in the game, mostly because, well, let's face it, building it up is abysmal. Sadly, you're not going to have him tight enough it hits to shoot it at first, but if it's a direct hit, it's an insta-kill. You have roughly 5 seconds to use the Inkjet in order to splat your enemies from above, and to make absolute sure that your movement is critical. Whenever you do use it, a motion detector will show for where you officially use the Inkjet, and you may want to stay close into that location at all times, especially since you're going to be dealing with enemies that are going to be getting up on you and pretty much figure out where to go. This is predictable though. You can use that spot to your advantage, making it so that you can easily target your enemies so when you need to get the upper hand on them, or if you just don't want to flank them out then when you're with a group of your buddies to help out. The special power-up for that the Inkjet is increasing duration and shot explosion radius. I think it kind of goes without saying. Increasing the explosion radius is very nice indeed. You want to make absolute sure that your movement hits for them are predictable. Or that's the other way around, but make sure the movements are predictable so you can have a better shot at blasting your enemies that are full with the Inkjet. Even with some base damage of 30 to 50, it can still be a danger to your opponent if they ever get hit. For the equipment recommendation, special charge up is going to be the one to go for the strongest, along with that with run speed up. Having plenty of strafing and getting into your special is very nice to have. Don't forget hitting to strafe. It is really challenging if you're not fully trained, so come here to practice mode, know exactly how you're going to deal with your enemies, so you can supplant them all from here and hit the Timbuktu. And finally, unlocked at level 6 is a third variant, the Kenza Splattershot. Its sub-weapon is a burst. Suction bombs. This is the pinnacle of the absolute best bomb to use in the game. Mainly because that it's great for ranked battles, and knowing that your opponent will see them, they'll be forced to fall back, basically giving you the chance to have a chance to get the upper hand, and even reclaim something that you've lost from a while back. The only catch is that because the suction bombs only last for a few seconds until it detonates, your opponent can very likely not get his splatted that easily. But even so, they can stick to almost any surface. And by any surface, I mean any surface. You can hide them behind walls, and you can put them above your opponents on grates. You can even stuck them on trees, and you name it. Get creative with this. Even if you do manage to get a good shot on your opponent, having a suction bomb follow-up and with even base damage with a Splattershot is nice. And its special is another new one, known as the Tenta Missiles. This is basically the weaker version of the Ink Strike from the first game, and you're basically firing off on multiple rockets and that are weak, and they deal sub base of 60. But if it is a direct hit, it's practically a guaranteed kill. You wanted to strategically use this weapon and only ever use it to flank your enemies from a safe distance. And it only has a short amount of range for where you can attack your enemies. So be wary on how you're going to use them. Don't just target one enemy. Target as many as you can. Inking turf on your opponent's side from a safe distance, even from your own base, can even change the tide in battle. Special power-ups and for that are the 10 missiles. I'm skipping the sub-weapon because it's the same thing as the other bombs. It's increasing the size of target or recycle and ink coverage of the missile explosions. The fact that you're able to cover more ink when you're using it, and only doing 30 sub-base damage from the blast radius, is always nice to have. Just like with the inkjet, the Tenta missiles are a little bit more on the expensive side for the Splattershot. Just remember that all weapons have different ways of building up your special, and knowing that when you're ready to use it, don't hesitate to fire it in the hole. For that for the Kenza Splattershot Jr., I want to give a special recommendation to Inksaber Sub. The suction bomb is one of the more expensive bombs that you'll be seeing, and it also has a lot of ink consumption. You can only ever use one sub weapon for this. But I also want to give a nice recommendation to ink recovery up. As I said, the suction bombs are very ink hungry. But really, when you think about it, how much of a difference that could be, this weapon just screams out ranked player mode. Even if you don't plan on taking this into ranked battle, you can still use it for pretty much any purpose. All around, the Splattershot weapon set is very nice to have. Be strategic, fight dirty, or get creative. Here's what I decided to go with. I am the captain of the lifeguard squad with boots that are overcompensating for something just to make me look more intimidating. Woohoo. So I decided to go for the Kenza Splattershot, mainly because in that the gear that I decided to go for is more on the defense approach, and I want to get as much use out of the suction bomb savage, and even increasing the use of my main power-up. I honestly really wanted to go more for the special approach on this, but honestly, I actually kind of like going where I went for this. But one of these days, I will wear shoes in order for will not make me look completely and utterly hideous. Took us a couple of minutes, but we finally getting into another new location, Skipper Pavilion. Oh, 2 Kenzas! And 2 dualies. Shit. Alright. So I'm also going to be going here for, like I said, more on the defensive approach, because I really want to try to make some good use out of the suction bomb, and using the 10 missiles is going to be very handy in battle. Fire in the hole! Alright. Alright. Come on, you. Oh, boy. Oh, trade. Thanks. Really? Well. All right. Fire in the hole! Alright. Oh, Rapper Judd. They are not really doing the best of covering. Really? boy! Ah! Hoping to try to make some good usage of it with the right-handed tactic, but sadly, that's not going to be the case for this. Alright. I want to be careful though, because they pretty much got them. Pretty much the center almost completely inked up. Ooh, I got desperate. Knew you were there, buddy. See you! Oh god! Oh god! Get out of there! That's an octo brush. Okay, never mind. That's an ink brush. Crap. I don't know, guys. This is gonna be a close one. I'm gonna try to beat this up as fast as I can. Okay, here we go. How do we do? I think we got this one nailed down. Did we do it? Yeah! 48.8%. Oh, they had a disconnect. So that's practically 2 episodes in a row that I got a deal with one that did a disconnect. But, you know what? No hatred towards them. So, change groups. New Albacore Hotel. Another new location that's open to us. And I consider this one to be one of the more spaced out ones. Ooh, we got a Kenza Splatterscope with us. Oh, they got an umbrella. Umbrella? I can't quite tell. They were moving a little too fast. Oh, it's an undercover umbrella. Oh, we'll be talking about you later. I'm actually kind of nervous about this one. Mostly because in that we're dealing with a few weapons that I have a bit of an irrational fear of. Alright. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We are gonna be just fine. She's thinking it like Mike. And just keep saying to herself, as long as it doesn't come near us, we'll be just fine. Now I just wait for the moment when one of them decides to sneeze at me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you have no idea what kind of a childhood you're missing out on. Here we go! Fire in the hole! Do they have a disconnect? Okay, no, they don't. Okay. Jack. Oh. Dude! Come on! Do something! Danny! We feel like we kind of pushed them back all the way at this point. Oh, I actually killed someone with my special. That never happens. Yep. Whoop. Oh, I guess if it makes him feel any better, I was able to at least have a little bit of some fun. Okay, there's our disconnect. Yeah. Natty wasn't really doing anything, and oh boy. So we have a disconnect. Do they have a disconnect? No, they don't. Okay. This game is a little bit forgiving for those that lost it because of a disconnect. So I won't criticize them too much for how bad they did in this. But nothing wrong with that. Oh, they're kind of At least they're trying to push us back. I just did not die a single time in this. Okay, I'm curious. Are we in the 70s? Okay, 58, 47. At least it's a 7 that was in there. I'll take it. Yeah, no thanks to you, Natty. Oh! I hate to say it, but that's sad. And I mean very sad. But you know what? To be fair, not all internet connections are the strongest in the world, and I'm not criticizing anyone on that matter. But happy early anniversary Octo expansion, and DSM will live on. That's why I'm playing with it as well. I can't generate that. I'm assuming that's something like Steak X. I have no idea how to. I'm Oh! It's Pride Month, so you must understand that you're transsexual. Okay, alright. I approve, let's see here. Happy Pride Month. First and last post. Oh! Go lesbians. Okay, yep, we're definitely seeing pride in this game. So anyway, now that we're all done with that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end things off right here. So, next time on Splatoon 2. Let's see. Crud. Next time on Splatoon, we're getting into our first sniper. See you guys then.